Hey guys, this is part 2 to the makeup video. I did my eyeshadow, eyeliner, my lashes. I did just take them off though for the video, but you're going to keep them on if you want them. And this is what you're going to do after for your skin. This is how I keep my makeup on for a pretty long time. So first step is we did our eyeshadow. There's going to be leftover eyeshadow on your cheek. Take some micellar water, a makeup wipe, and just take that off. I accidentally already took mine off when I wasn't recording, but you're just going to go ahead and swoop, get it off. And then I'm going to show you a trick that I like to do. If you have time, I'm going to go ahead and take a paper towel, or in my case toilet paper. I don't really care what you use. Dab it with some water, and all you're going to do is you're essentially just washing off that makeup remover that you used. That way you can have a nice clean base underneath your eyes. And that way you don't have makeup remover on while you're trying to add makeup, because that doesn't really make sense. So you just do a nice little wash. If you want to get fancy and use soap, go for it. But if you're running out of time, you can skip the step. Okay, the next step would absolutely be primer. Please use primer. For the love of Cheez-Its, use primer. I'm not putting any on right now because I am going somewhere and I'm going to be taking this off. But this is, please put primer. You don't have to use the e.l.f. one, just use any type of primer that works best for you. Long wear is recommended. But poof, I have primer on, yay. The next step is you're going to be doing your foundation. I'm going to go get my brushes, I'll be right back. Okay, this step is skippable if you don't need it. But I like to use some green color corrector on my cheeks because I got some rosy cheeks going on here just from heat. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of blob this on there. Remember, I have primer on, and all I'm doing is putting this on. You don't need terribly as much as I need, but you know, I'm just exaggerating for the camera. Use as much as you need. And you're going to go ahead and blend that. You can use a sponge or you can use a whatever this is called, or just a regular schmegular old flat sponge, up to you. You can even use your hands. But I prefer to use sponges. They're quicker and they require less mess for me to clean up. But all the green does is neutralize the red or pinkiness that the skin may produce after being exposed to heat. Like when you're sweating or working out. All it does is to conceal it. I kind of low-key just jab it all over my face. And go ahead and blend it and blend. Do some dabbing motions. I don't like swiping too much. When I first start, yeah, I swipe. Then when I do like the second layer, I recommend dabbing. It's gonna make sure your makeup stays on longer without too much creasing. And so now I'm down to a regular base of face. Go ahead and put that up. Now, again, it's whatever makeup you like to use. I like to use a full coverage foundation. I use the Revlon Color Stay 24-hour long wear foundation. Make sure it's waterproof. This is waterproof, by the way. And this is what I like to use. I'm using the shade 130. Get your own shade. Don't copy me unless you have exactly my shade. And you can put that foundation on the back of your hand. My pump bottle stopped working, so I'm putting it on this little plastic tray of mine. It's literally up to you what you want to do. Let me go back. Okay, I have my foundation on this little thing. Not mandatory. You can put it on the back of your hand. I'm going to be taking my foundation brush. You can use a sponge too, up to you. And the way foundation works is wherever you have your brush, tab it on the back of your hand, or in my case, this little palette thing. And wherever you first place your brush is where the most foundation is going to be left off. So I want my cheeks and my eyes to be covered, but I'm putting concealer on, so I'm not going to do it to my eyes yet. So I'm going to start right here next to the nose where that foundation is. You can kind of see where I put it, and all I'm going to do is blend it just like this into the cheeks and eyeballs, and just blend. Don't swipe. That's going to create creasing and not niceness. Same thing with this side. Just go ahead and put this on. Blend. Yeah, it's pretty tedious process, but yeah, I go ahead, I put it heavy on the cheeks and the nose, a little bit underneath the nose too, and then chin, and then T-zone. Those are your main points of skin that you want to cover. You don't have to put too much foundation on your forehead, but if you want something cohesive, yeah, I'll put it on your forehead. But you can see I am blending it just by tapping. You can go through your whole face too. Remember now, now my brush is less filled with product. So that's when I start going up into the thinner areas of my face where most doesn't really matter. I hate that my foundation pump stopped working because I can't just like pump it on the back of my hand. I have to like open the whole bottle. Anyways, go ahead, tap that on. Damn it. Yippee-ki-yay. Next up, you can either use powder, but I'm showing you the complicated version of this makeup routine. I'm going to take some cream blush and I'm going to just slap her on there like a big L. In Winter Guard, and marching season too. This is also kind of a marching season tutorial in a way. You really want to slap on the blush because photos people take of you get whitewashed. Like, you get terribly whitewashed in photos just because of the fluorescent gym lights that you're going to be performing in. So slapping on a good amount of blush is highly recommended. And again, here you do a slight bit of swiping, but you more or less tap the product in. And again, you do not have to do cream blush. You can quite literally just use powder. But if you do use powder, please wait until a couple steps ahead. I can't put it, I don't know if I can put a timestamp or not, but I probably can't. I don't know how to I don't really know how to work YouTube, but just wait. Okay, blush is done. You can add contour, you can add bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and try. Never tried this, so this could go terribly. Liquid contour, not contour. This is bronzer. I can't speak. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little here. Oh, it smells really good. Some bronzer. Bronzer is meant to make your skin look a little bit sun-kissed. It's not meant for sculpting. So try not to use it for sculpting. This is just so where you can see where like the sun hits you essentially. I put it a little on my nose. I just do a little line, blend it right where your cheek is. Like if I smile, like you see this little like section here, put it right in between there. Copy paste on the other side too. It smells really good. I've never tried this one before. It's the Ulta Beauty collection. Just put a little here. Okay. And there's that. Now, so it stays, use some setting spray. Go ahead, spray it on over there, get a good layer, and then let it fully dry before you move on to the next step. Please do that. Oh yeah, you can also use, you can also use concealer if you want before you do the setting spray. My bad. Just go ahead. A good line of concealer I like to do is line here and line here. And then make this a little bit more thick. That's what I like to do, and then I use a sponge for that. Sorry, forgot that step. My bad, guys. You do this before you do the setting spray, please. You can also use color corrector underneath your eye. If you have eye bags, use a peach color corrector. And you're just going to go ahead and blend that on out. And now, you don't look like you didn't sleep last night. You look pretty darn good. Go ahead and set that on in there. And now I'm going to do the other eye. And then that's when you use the setting spray. Okay, now that I've done the concealer and I've done the setting spray afterwards, a good layer, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with some loose setting powder. Just a little bit. And then pat it underneath the eyes area. Just here for now. nose a teeny bit, and then forehead and chin. Just this, like this eye, like all here, and then just straight down your face, and then this little part, because you're gonna, if this is when you can skip to your powders, if you don't want to use the creams, if you don't want to use, if you don't want to use the cream, blush, and bronzer, this is when you do your powder, by the way. After you do just your foundation, and then just set it, and now you can do your powder. So, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and do my bronzer first. I know some people do blush first, it's whatever you want. I'm taking my fluffy brush, I'm going straight down the side of my face, kind of where my imaginary cheekbones are supposed to be. But like, not to sculpt it, but to define them. And then I come into the hairline a little bit, not too much. And then down the nose, and a little bit on the chin. And then I come down the side of my face. If you want to really precise, you can take your brush and squish it, and then just bobbing, boom it. That's what I like to do. Next step is actually blush. You can use an ombre palette of blush, or if you just want to use one shade of blush, be my guest. It's up to you. I like to do ombre. Makes your face look a little more natural. So I take the darkest shade of my blush, put that on the brush. Yes, I use the same brush, Come and Grows. And then I go here. Again, you do want to exaggerate the blush in performance makeup, because you don't want to look dead. Like, you can see it, kind of. My camera's kind of bad. And I haven't even added the last layer. Take the lighter shade of blush, put that near your cheeks. And everyone does have different face shapes, so this will vary based on the person. And I like to put some on my nose. It really makes me look alive. But your face shape will vary where you put your blushes and bronzers and contours if you use those, but just use it to your own heart's content. If it doesn't look right, try it again. Now I'm going to take a medium tone blush. This one's a little more pigmented than my other ones because it's newer, and I'm just going to put it right here. Now you can actually see my blush in the camera, I think. And I'm just going to kind of pop her on there. Again, you do want her exaggerated. See, now you can kind of see it. And don't worry, it'll tone down over the day. Your blush is the first thing to go throughout the day. I'm going to be so honest. When you sweat, your blush is the first thing to go. Before your eyeshadow even sometimes. Next up, go ahead and take your loose powder again. Whatever brand. You can get some cheap powder, honestly. And then all you're going to do is swipe it on. Or pat it. Up to you. I don't really... People say there's a difference. I personally don't find one. And then a trick that I learned from a video of Makeup by Mario is on your smile lines and everything and your eye creases, the best thing is to actually drag it into the skin. That way the excess powder stays in the skin rather than takes itself out. Okay, you take your powder there. Now we're going to go ahead and do some highlighter. I'm going to try 2 different highlighters. I'm just trying to figure out which one I like more. But whatever highlighter, this is not mandatory, but this is what I like to do to make me look shiny. Take your highlighter on a small brush or a big fat brush, whatever you want. I put it on here. You can actually kind of see that. I blend it out with my finger personally. Up to you though. Go ahead, put some on here on the nose, the button of the nose and the bridge. And then I like to put some right here. And then here above the eye. Put some on this little brow thing and then right above the brows. Come in here. You can add some back on the eye. Let me try the other one. This one is by Colourpop. The other one's by Essence. I'm trying to decide which one I like. I got them for free it's like a point thing, so I'm kind of just... Ooh, that one's shinier. And I do, sometimes like to put some, right here, my Cupid's bow. It kind of makes my lips pop. Okay, this one shows up on the eye more. Sorry, I'm just doing some testing here. But yeah, this is kind of where I put it. You can go ahead and put it here too. Again, performance makeup is exaggerative. No one cares how crazy you look. The only time people care is when you look like an Oompa Loompa. And then people are like, yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much the base. Next step, guys. Setting spray. Put it on there. Slap it on there. Ba bing ba boom shablang shablang shapow. And then you're pretty much done with all of it. You can go ahead and add some mascara, refix your makeup if it came off. You should have avoided your whole entire eyeshadow makeup, so it should have stayed perfectly fine, as relatively. But if you have to go back in with some eyeliner, some shadow, some glitter even, or like the eyeshadow that you had underneath your eye that we did, you can go back in with that now. But yeah, please make sure you use setting spray and hairspray. That'll keep your makeup on for darn so long. Yeah, put some mascara, and we will be giving you the lips soon. It's probably just gonna be some simple shrample lips. I'm gonna go ahead and do a mock lip for you guys, because why not? I need to get rid of some lip products. I'm just gonna use a random lipstick here. The way I like to do my lipstick, by the way, is I start with my Cupid's bow, I look at the camera, and I just follow my lips down. I make an X pattern first, so now my Cupid's bow is nice and defined. And then I'm just gonna take the applicator and swipe it down into the lips, creating that like nice sharp looking look. You can round it off later, but I prefer starting sharp rather than starting round and then trying to make it sharper. So just like that, repeat, and go ahead and fill that in to your heart's content. Fix it up where you want, but the bottom lips, I start here on the bottom lip. Your bottom lip actually has two lines on your lips. You have your pink line, and then you have this like whitish line here. For a less clowny look, you want to stay on that pink line. So I go ahead, I turn my face, and I look at the camera, and I follow that lip shape towards the front, and now it looks kind of nice. And yeah, and then you just fill it on in. And fix it on up to your heart's content. You can get rid of the Cupid's bow entirely, it's whatever you want to do. But that is how I keep my lips on. And then setting spray, put it on, and you are good to go. Here is your competition makeup for your look. Technically, this is not set. Ignore the lips, I'm just showing you how to apply lip color on. This is not the lip color that has been announced yet. But this is how I do my makeup to get it to stay. Remember, setting spray is your absolute best friend. Do it after most steps that you do. If you're thinking about putting it on, you should put it on. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.